The first ever
Live?
semi-live. We're live.
Semi-live.
It's going to be edited.
Is that a lava lamp?
That's a lava lamp.
Where the fuck did you get a lava lamp from?
Spencer's Gifts.
Oh, they still have that?
Yes.
Yeah, believe me, that shit'll be closed down soon. Well, there's no more Spencers, I don't believe, in Manchester.
Well,
anyways,
we are here for the first ever in history Idgaffoods podcast with your host, Idgaffoods, and the amazing, electric, the most interesting person I know on the planet, Ryan P. Mega Savage Hartford, is here with us.
We can go. I got 100 nicknames we can choose from. We'll go with Mega. I like Mega.
Mega is in the house.
We'll talk about other nicknames down the road, I think.
And we have something in common, don't we?
Yeah, a couple things in common, yeah.
We both drink coffee every morning.
We do.
I drink coffee every morning till I feel uncomfortable, till I feel like I'm going to get arrested, till I'm chewing on
I don't think you've ever been arrested, have you?
Never been arrested in my life. A lot of people don't know that about me.
I think you're one of the only guys from our town that can say that. Now, what is that? That looks like a Starbucks, but it's not.
This is Daily Rise in Ogden and Layton, Utah, and they are a wonderful small business in the area, and they provide a great service and they provide a great product, much like yourself at your various businesses.
Yes, we got a couple. We have the Scorpion Bowl. Get that really knocking on your ass.
So there's so much to talk about, and I am excited to be here with you because I always love talking to you, and you truly are one of the most interesting, exciting, electric people that I know. And it's one of those things where when you grew up in our town, Manchester, Connecticut, the city of Village Charm, I feel like there's this bond and this connection that we all have. And there's a bond and a connection that I have with some of you guys, like specifically you, Jimmy Jack the Heart Attack, and a couple other that have got me through.
Nitrous Nick, you know,
because
Slick.
a lot of people have called bullshit on me. They say this guy's full of shit. He's not. This isn't even real. And so whenever I see or hear that, I'm like, well, you know what? I actually don't really care. Because there were some hardcore motherfuckers that were there for it, and of course, you're one of them, and I appreciate you. And there's no one else.
You notice there's nobody from your town calling you out on bullshit, though, right?
Huh? Yeah, none. Right.
nobody from your town's calling bullshit. And believe me, there'll be haters around here. Would love to call you on some bullshit. You were that fucked up. You were that fucked up. You were that fucked up. Believe me. I've been to Grandma's house. I jiggled the toilet so the water shut off. Listen, I was part of the Disco Biscuits band in the basement, okay?
That's right. That's right. You were, and you've been influential, and you're a great friend to have.
Absolutely.
So
likewise.
Growing up in Manchester, could you tell people what growing up in Manchester is like? Do you think it's different, special?
Very different. Very different. Suburban town outside of Hartford, Connecticut. Smack dab in between Boston and New York City, you know. Hardworking town, tough ass town. You know, it's tough to grow out here. You don't just, you had to make a name for yourself. There was no social media. You know, a lot of boozing, a lot of people out here, using and boozing, and it was a really unique town to grow up in, man. It was definitely a wild ride. I feel like us out of Manchester grew up older at a younger age. I feel like it was a blast, but definitely spooky, weird, wild energy, and you never know what's gonna happen in the town they call Manch Vegas. You know what I mean?
Do you think that it's an advantage, to grow up in a town like Manchester, or a disadvantage?
No, if you grew up in this town, everybody that's left has made it. If that makes any sense to you.
Well,
You
you're
can make
still
it out
here.
here in this town, and you can make it anywhere. But like I said, you can leave this town. If you're from this town, you make it anywhere. Sometimes this town can suck people up. You know what I mean? At the same time. Um, Definitely an advantage, I would say.
Do you
Most of us, when we wild out, got our shit together and used our smarts from growing up out here and other places, we've done pretty well. You know?
so you've stayed in town, and
I have.
I miss it a lot there. And you have told me you don't wanna come back here. You've said that to me multiple times.
No,
There
you don't.
you don't wanna come back here, but I miss it so much. I miss
Yeah.
the familiarity of driving around town. I miss being able to go to my various places to eat and to see, my friends. And of course, every time I'm home, you're one of the people who's made an effort to
Yep.
stay connected with me. And we always get together, whether it's at your sports bar or I come down to the head shop to get some
Yep.
of the fresh, tie dye. Um,
Right on.
and so we've stayed connected, but you always say, "Don't come back here." But whenever I'm home, I long to be home. So, have you wanted to leave? Do you want to leave there?
I've always thought about wanting to leave, but the end goal is I always find myself back here. I try to leave here and I miss here. You know what I mean? I'm just one of those guys, man. That just, I love everything about Manchester. Love the history of growing up here. My businesses are here. I own a home here. As far as when I was younger, did I always want to leave? Yeah, because I want to explore the world. But I would try to leave, but 5 days later, I'd be back. This is what it is. You know, I mean, and when I say you don't want to come back here, because certain people that grew up here that left here don't need to come back here. You don't want to ever find yourself back in where you were at one time. You moving away. Look what you've done with your life. Look at a lot of the guys that have moved away. I don't want to start naming all names and put them under the bus, but you know who I'm talking about. Every one
Yeah,
of them that moved away
yeah,
has bettered their life.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you: do you think if you didn't move away from here, that you'd even be alive right now?
The first 4 or 5 years of my recovery were very volatile and hostile. I was pretty like emotionally abusive to everyone around me. I had a lot of trouble communicating. I was punching holes in the wall. And Hartford is like an open air drug market. I'm sure it probably still is. And it was very accessible there. And things were very accessible here for me too, but it was like really accessible in Hartford. And I feel like it was just so easy to pop in and pop out.
Yeah,
And like going down there when I was like using, it was so easy. And it was literally like going to the grocery store, and it's not like that here. So when I came here and I was living in this town called Ogden, and people were like, Ogden is the hood. And there are parts of Utah that are rough. But Hartford to me was always on a whole nother level based on my understanding of it. But the drinking culture here is also different. It's not as like expected in business. It's common that Mormon folks don't drink.
yeah,
So not always like expected. Like I felt at home when I first started working that like I was expected to drink, and I didn't feel like expected to drink here. And so the pairing of the cultural differences, along with the fact that it's not an open air drug market like Hartford was or is or whatever, I think helped me to stay on the path towards recovery during those first 4 to 5 years, which were extremely, difficult for me and frankly are for most people, but they kinda sugarcoat that and say, "Just give it another 30 days, you give it another 30 days, you'll be fine." But, that's sort of my perspective. I feel like I'd be strong enough to be back there now, and I feel like I have an interest in people that I didn't have and an intelligence that I didn't have where I kinda miss my people, so to speak.
Mm.
I'm kinda shocking to people around here, um, from my direct, communication, they enjoy it. I've made a lot of friends here who enjoy our East Coast style. It's a different style, and that's what I miss. I miss that East Coast, style and that East Coast swagger that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, one of a kind,
So I
you
wanted
know?
to ask you, so we grew up in Manchester, Connecticut together, like we talked about, the city of
Yep.
Village Charm, Manch Vegas, whatever you wanna call it. And we both went to Manchester High School,
Correct.
and we became friends though later. We became friends in our late teens. We never had beef or anything, but we
No.
sort of
You're a
became more.
little older than me.
I think I'm 1 or 2 classes ahead of you.
Yeah, well, your sister was a class or 2 ahead of me, I know that. A class ahead of
Okay.
me.
So she was just
Huh.
here actually, and I wanna talk about her in a second. But I actually have the yearbook right here. I'm not sure if you're in this one, but
What
I
year is
pulled
it?
I pulled out the yearbook from, 1999.
99?
Yes. And,
Well, I woulda had to been there, but I don't know because, I didn't, I might have been in alternative, school by then in '99, I think.
was that
I think
Bentley?
my, yeah, I think I got my sophomore year, I think it was '98 or '97, I think I got caught with about a fucking pinner ass joint by a fat fuck Officer Jordan, and, that's where my decline of prison life as a young kid from fucking suburbs of Hartford, prison time started, and it was a whole different criminal justice was different back then. You get caught with a joint of weed in '97, you're fucking, it's a big deal. It's like fucking the equivalent of getting caught with some hard shit these days. They fucking, you know. So yeah, I might be in that yearbook. It might say not pictured, but
I'll have to look. So,
yeah,
how do you think so that it's funny to me, right? Like, I love to go to the Oregon coast because it reminds me of being, at home. The coast, the architecture was similar to it gives me feels like I'm at home or something, and 1 year I was there, and there were no, pot shops, and the next year I was there, and it was completely full of pot shops, and, like, I think that a lot of the stuff that I used to do for example, like, I traded my mountain bike, like, 2 weeks after I started smoking weed, and, like, I'd go out to Burnside Avenue and get, like, 4 ounces of swag. I was, like, 15 years old. I needed a ride, and we could
oh my god,
you could get in big trouble back in the day for that,
oh
and
yeah,
you're
oh
basically
god,
your
oh
life
god, you get caught with 4 ounces of swag back in the '90s, you're fucking. I mean, you're doing fucking 3.5 years. Now you can now in Connecticut you legally have that in your glove box
4 ounces of swag at the time too had like maybe 3/4 of an ounce of seeds in it. That was like some snap, crackle, pop,
and pop.
motherfucking Rice Krispies.
That's right.
But you had got caught with a pinner when you were
I got
how
caught
old?
with a pinner.
How old were you?
I was 15.
How do you think that the way that you were treated, how do you think that that impacted your life at that pivotal
Oh, it's
time?
completely impacted my life.
Tell me
For the simple fact that I'd always got pretty good grades, and I had a problem with going to class around that time. And my father had came in that same day, and I figured out the school where they were gonna not throw me out for absenteeism, told me not to be absent again. But see, with me is I didn't want to take that Ritalin shit. So to me, I was actually using smoking bud for the right purposes then. Because that's what would only calm me down going into math class. And I just, these days doesn't even be handled. Kids get caught with vapes in school, get caught with weed in school, bro. And they call their parents and be like, "Oh, we caught this, caught that." It's a totally different ball game now. But that just caused me to go to alternative schools later in the afternoon. So I was already skipping school before, and you know, And then what happens to go to alternative school? It's for everybody that's thrown out of actual school. So what do you think? Nobody's up to any good in Manchester together. Actually, and who knows where what road my life would have went down had
So
they not been so crazy about a little pinner of bud, bro.
you were at that point thrown into it was like a crossroads or an inflection point, I suppose. And it sounds like even at that time were resistant to medication,
Oh
perhaps
yeah,
diagnosed with ADD, and
yeah,
Ritalin was suggested as a treatment,
yeah.
and you resisted that, and it sounds like at the time you were, as 15 years old or something, were using marijuana, bud, THC as
Yeah,
medicine.
yeah.
How does that make you feel? How did it make you feel then, and how has it made you feel in your adult life?
I mean, it's always been used to relax. I'm just a hyper individual, man. I have a fuck shit ton of energy. I always have. I use it to focus and relax, and it's still. I've always stood by it, and I've had to go to jail for not stopping to smoke it back in the day because they would piss test me, and I stood by it, stood by it. They'll call me, want to call me a drug addict because I like smoking weed. But what happens 20 years later, they disband marijuana and send me an apology letter in the mail and erase it off my record. Well, you can't take the time when I was incarcerated for it, you know?
So how much time did you do for weed related charges?
I did 2 years. I did 2 years for possession of like an ounce of swag, and 1,000 in cash back in early 2000s,
Was
you
our
know?
buddy Tall Tizzle involved in that?
I think he was my roommate at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He wasn't really involved with that. He just happened to live there.
He
Poor
was there.
bastard. Yeah, poor bastard.
I remember
But
him
we're looking
telling me
for
that.
him too. There's about a $3.2 million bond if anybody
We've
can
been looking for him,
find
haven't
Tall
we?
T, Travis McGee in Brooklyn, New York. If anybody's there, Brooklyn.
Should we put a
I just
picture up
got
of
word that
him?
he might work for the city, actually.
Huh?
I want to tell you that. I just got word that he might have a job working for the city of Brooklyn.
Well, let's hope that he does.
Let's hope he's still playing the drums
Yeah,
and rapping.
we're gonna get back around to that.
Yeah.
Um, well, I think that's interesting. Marijuana for me, it always made me feel terrible unless I had like Oxy and Xanax on board. Then
Yeah, it's never my speed.
then I enjoyed it
Never.
tremendously. But I I never really loved marijuana. Uh, I loved it culturally. It made me feel like I was part of something. It made me
Yeah.
feel like I had something to offer people. I really enjoyed the music scene. We've both been part of the music scene,
Yeah.
and it made me feel like wanted or needed to have weed and to have people wanting to buy it from me. Specifically, this is in the early 2000s, from really teenagers into the early 2000s, before I really got into hard stuff. But it made me feel part of
So
something.
what do you call? Would you call it a get? What do you call them? Weed, a gateway drug? Is that what you just did?
I think for me, it definitely was. But because it facilitated money that I was able to put money together to buy. I call them real drugs. So, so, but I guess I have a couple points on that. It's like it took me a long time to let go of this reservation that someday I'd be able to smoke weed again as a person in recovery. And the way that I sort of got past that was I realized that the things that I missed about weed weren't the way that it made me feel. It was like all the cultural aspects of it. It was like the people, the music, smelling it, getting it, which I guess has totally changed. It's like a retail business now.
Yeah, it's a huge retail business now out here. You
And
believe it or not, there's old Friendlies or dispensaries now. It's just crazy as shit.
my grandfather used to take me there to get Sundays. Um,
Yeah, same
so
here.
so
I
now it's
remember I used to be part of those rides with you and we used to go get Grand Blizzards. Remember those? Yeah, used to get Grand Blizzards, and
Graham loved
I think
Gary.
yeah, I think you used to watch Walker Texas Ranger or some shit. I don't know what the hell.
She
Wheel of
loved
Fortune is some shit like that.
she loved Dairy Queen, and she thought we were great, and I can't believe what a saint she was.
She was a
Uh,
saint.
I loved how
There's
she would critique the music. We were playing very loud music in the house, and we'd go out to smoke cigarettes on the back porch and stuff, and
yeah, oh yeah. Oh
she'd
yeah.
sort of give us feedback on how the music was sounding.
Yeah.
Um, it's where I was going with that is I realized that I didn't really ever like the way marijuana made me feel unless I
Yeah.
was on other drugs. And so I think I finally released like this vision that I'm gonna be able or want to smoke marijuana again someday. I have no problem with it. I actually, of all the drugs out there, I think a lot of people can agree that does a significant amount of damage
Oh yeah, alcohol does.
and can
Personality changer right there.
cause a lot
I
of
deal with it daily.
at the bar, right?
I deal with it daily. Like I say, they show up one way, one personality, leave with another personality. Excuse me, Mike. I
I wanted to ask you, we grew up together. What was your first job in Manchester?
Lestrada.
What did you do at Lestrada?
I fucking went in there at afternoons and I cleaned up the kitchen part of Lestrada. Cleaned the kitchen, then I chopped up the potatoes for home fries the next morning, and then I went over there and I cleaned up the dinner side when they were done. And yeah, I was like 14, I think, when I got that job.
So, what year was that?
97.
Do you remember how much you were being paid?
No, like next to nothing, man. I think minimum wage is like $5 an hour, dude.
Remind
Maybe
me where
even worse than that. I don't know.
remind me where Lestrada was.
Lestrada is over there, right next to my bar, where the gathering is, across the driveway, on the corner of Hartford Road and McKee Street, right there next to across from West Town.
My first job was right down the street from your bar on Hartford Road,
Dairy Queen?
Newly's.
Oh, Newlies. Yeah,
Yeah.
Newlies.
I
Oh,
worked at
Newlies.
I worked at Newly's for like 2 weeks. And I think I was probably making like $7 an hour, maybe. He had a walk-in. I was just starting to get in trouble. He had a walk-in with like salads and Bartles and James wine coolers.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to go in and take all the tomatoes off the salads and drink wine coolers for my entire shift. My entire shift consisted of eating tomatoes off the salad and drinking wine coolers. And my mother would pick me up, and I would just be absolutely pissed drunk.
Oh,
And
my goodness.
she had no clue. And so Lestrada, so 97, mine would have been like 95.
Yep.
And
Right down the street from each other, though.
yes, yes, right there in that thriving metropolis of
Yes.
businesses of Dairy Queen, Newly's, Lestrada,
Newlies
Friendly.
is now Trattori. Trattori.
There was a Ponderosa. There was a Bonanza, like a steakhouse down the street that's called All Stars now or something. Is that
No,
still
no, that was Ponderosa.
Ponderosa?
Then it was All Stars, but now All Stars been gone for a while. Now it's a car dealership.
And then I went
Okay.
into this thing. So my sister was here. You know my sister. I
Yep.
know your sister.
Yep.
My sister's 11 months younger than me. You have a
Mm.
younger sister. Or
Yes,
wait,
3 years younger than me.
3 years younger.
Mm.
Okay, and my sister was just here, and she pointed out this this person to me, and then I saw them. It's someone who's been trolling me,
Yeah, let's see.
and it looks like they go by the name Cooter.
Cooter, huh? That's fucking real cool. Cooter.
Cooter, and Cooter, he might be a friend. We don't know. But he could be a friend. He could be great for our show. But essentially, I asked him, okay, here it is. So my sister pointed this out to me. My sister was ripped. She was like, yo, this dude talks shit on almost all your posts.
Hmm.
Like, I want to light him up. And I was like, it's not a big deal. And then we started talking about, you and I started talking about doing the show. And then I looked at my DMs, and lo and behold, this guy's been lighting me up. He says, you are a poser. Shut the fuck up. He says,
Poser.
he says, "I can do more push-ups than you, pussy." He says
Oh, big
he
guy.
says, "You say you have done drugs, but really have you?" He says, "You fuck with me, you will end up beat the fuck up."
By who?
So I said to him, "You wanna be a guest on my podcast?"
Yeah, where's he at?
He saw the message, it says seen,
Yeah, okay.
but he has not responded. His name
Oh, what is it? Was it one of the keyboard warriors or tough guy? What do they
is
call them?
that what
Internet
they'll
tough
call
guys?
it? A keyboard warrior hiding behind the keyboard?
Where's he? Where's he from?
Let's have
Shit.
a look.
We'll do a podcast in his hometown or something.
It doesn't say, but I'm seeing a lot of open country and like trucks, pickup trucks and open country. So your guess is as
Oh,
good as
big
mine.
trucks. This guy got like little man syndrome or
We want Cooter, we want you to come on the show.
Hooter,
And
where
you
you
know
at?
what I'm saying.
Hooter,
Don't
where
be
you at? I want you
he
to come here and tell my boy right there he wasn't a drug addict. Cause he
he
was.
might be after he gets all that out of his system, he might be part of like Howard Stern's whack pack for us. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe he's just envious of you. He just wants your attention. Maybe this all happens for a reason.
Maybe he
Maybe he
maybe
just wants to be friends the whole time. He's just trying to be,
maybe he
I don't
want
know.
that's a weird way. That's like when they say that little boy is mean to you because he has a crush on you. Isn't that kind of like that?
Kind of strange.
It is. Well, we
So,
have
so no response. Doesn't want to come on the show. Or,
I think I should ask him again. Hey Cooter, why don't we see how things go and see if we, either we might really butt heads, Cooter, and that could be great for business.
yeah, we could do a celebrity boxing or something.
Speaking of celebrity boxing,
Okay, speaking of celebrity boxing.
how's our buddy John doing?
Oh, well, not quite sure.
Do you think he really wants to box?
He said he would beat the shit out of you anytime you want.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. You guys go way back, but it's not, I stay back. It's none of my business. But he
That's
seems
funny
to
because
think he's his little ass seems to think he's got them hands for you.
it's funny because when I talked to him at your bar, like last time, when
Yeah.
we got on the phone, he didn't say shit except for that his life wasn't going that good. And I said, I've got nothing but love for you, John. And then it sounds like as soon as we were off the phone, he started talking shit again. I'd
Yeah.
like to have him on here so I can try to exact out of him exactly what his fucking problem is.
Well, if I can get a hold of him, I'll sure ask him, but I haven't been able to quite get a hold of him.
Because after we sort of go through this discovery phase of whatever to try to figure this out, I think he may realize that maybe he should point this at someone else.
Yeah, maybe. Well, why are we talking about celebrity boxing? Why do you want to maybe it could be a thing.
Maybe Cooter
Where's
and John.
Cooter at? Let's get
I think
Cooter on the show. Let's get
Cooter and
Richard on
John.
the show. Let's see what's going on. Let's hash this shit out.
Cooter, this is your invitation to come on the show. Don't be a pussy.
The guy's got a lava lamp.
I've got a lava lamp, Cooter,
Got a
from
lava lamp.
Spencer's. I couldn't believe what they sell in Spencer's these days. I went into the mall and I was like mind blown. Like it's all black curtains back there. I don't think it was like that when we were growing up at the
I don't know. They
Buckland
still have malls. Still have malls out there.
Yeah, we got malls.
Yeah, we have a mall called Buckland's. Got nothing in it.
It's empty.
Yeah, I just want to go ride a skateboard around in there.
I
Should be fun.
remember you used to be able to walk around and smoke cigarettes inside the Buckland Hills
I
Mall.
remember that. Remember that.
Well, I want to talk to you about my rapping.
Why? We're doing that.
So I was
We're doing that.
there are certain people whose opinion I respect,
Yes.
and I was standing on the street with some musicians,
Okay.
and I gave them this. I smothered your mother with the covers, put her in the cupboard. Then I found your brother, put the chrome piece to his own piece, then banged his bitch, made him watch from the cuck chair. She's a buck wild wide beast, trying to be my new side piece. She likes the white shit. I like the hippie chicks with the hairy armpits. Don't call me buddy, bitch. I hate it when people
Okay.
call me buddy. I fucking hate it. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
okay, buddy. And I was standing there with them like I really fired it off. And they were like, dude, that's pretty fast.
Yeah,
And
that was pretty good actually.
and
As much as I hate you rapping, that was pretty good.
and this whole time, because I have so much respect for you and I appreciate your friendship and you're a great guy. And you're a guy that you want to have Ryan as a friend. And I this whole time, I've actually really appreciated your critique of it because it's made me want to get better at it because I know you understand music and I know you appreciate it and I know that you have a multi um, genre understanding and appreciation for
Right.
music. And I feel that the rap adds to my platform. And and when I'm talking about chicken fried rice, beef with broccoli, bukkake, stock rising like
Stop
Kawasaki,
it right now. Would you please cut this shit out? All right.
tell me
You need to
what
cut the shit out.
what do you think?
You can't just try to start fucking rapping now. Just not what it is. What the fuck? Sorry. Yeah.
So I'm too
Bruh.
old.
Yeah, you're too old. Number one. I mean, at first floor, I'm not gonna say if you like to do it, but I'm just saying, like, rapping is an art, and some people take it very serious. And I'm around a lot of artists, rappers. Fuego Base 329, Brian Sports Bar and Grill, Manchester, Connecticut. You know, some people that would sit there and I'd only give you my honest opinion like they would.
So I appreciate it and I'm good with it. I
Mm.
want the feedback from you
Got you.
because I respect you. And so it sounds like I'm too old,
Too old
and it sounds like
to start rapping. Let's think you're gonna start selling albums. Maybe I'm wrong, but
as an artist, which I am an artist, right? A lot of
you're
people
an
don't
artist. I'll
know
give
this
you an
about
artist.
me.
You're an artist in different ways.
I'm I'm
You're an artist in different
a lot of
artistic
people don't
ways.
know that I'm a famous cover art designer, right?
Yep,
I've
yep,
worked
yep.
I'm in the
You
Stone
are.
Temple Pilots feed,
Yeah,
Jimmy
you
Fallon.
are. Yeah, yeah, Cooter. Yeah, what is he? I'm sure he's full of shit right now. He's not. Keep
He
going.
so Jimmy Fallon's held up my artwork for Alessia Cara and Juanes.
Yeah.
I'm possibly it's possible that let's just put it this way. I have created a significant amount of cover artwork for famous bands and musicians, many of whom we grew up with, and it was
Mm.
so cool to get to work with them.
Yeah. I saw you
Um,
the Disco Biscuits and shit.
right.
That was cool.
A couple of the guys from Stone Temple Pilots, the dude from Yes,
Yep. Yep.
um, Nightmare did a music video for him. Anyway, here's my point. I view what we're doing today, the podcast, right? And my music videos, my product is the music video. My product isn't actually the rap. My product is that the music video enhances my platform. I feel it adds something else onto the platform and it bolts on. And that's what I want this podcast to be. I want it to just bolt on to the zany thing that I've created because I I don't know what this is. And I'm an artist and I have blown this on the business side almost intentionally. I have turned down opportunities because I didn't want to turn this into an advertisement or because I didn't want to deal with creative direction sort of pissing on my art. And this is my V2 art, right? On the bucket with the raw beef or eating off the ground. That's my V2 art. And I didn't want to be censored and I've passed on deals this whole time and I've sort of intentionally scared opportunities away that have got through. I was just suggested I come speak to these people at a center, and I told them my philosophy on addiction recovery, what it distills down to is that's hardcore, and we don't want to talk to the customers like that. And I say I understand, and so, but my point is, I have tried to stay true to my art this whole time, and underneath all this are these messages that I get saying that people find this material helpful, and that's sort of what propels it forward. The
Hmm.
thought of being able to create something with you propels it forward. The
Right.
thought of analyzing these music videos and saying they're part of the platform and I'm a fucking crackpot. I'm a goofball and like I'm okay with that. And
Hey, listen, this podcast can have a lot of music videos on it. Gonna be in everything podcast right here. You're gonna see the hottest art, the hottest rap. You never know where we're gonna be. I didn't even know I could do this on the phone. Wait till you see the next podcast. I'm all set up, lights and shit. This is just the beginning here.
I wanna collab with you, though. I wanna get to a point where
Yeah,
we're on a track together.
that's what it is.
And
What it's gonna
I
be.
your feedback this whole time has not ever hurt me personally.
Mm-mm.
This whole time, it's made me wanna get better.
Oh, I know.
And I think that's a special quality that you have. And I wonder, let's just say you've got a coach thing going on. Have you ever thought of yourself as a coach?
I've been a coach, been a basketball coach.
So, do you enjoy coaching?
Of course.
Do you know that you have a quality about yourself where you motivate and inspire people? Did you know that?
I didn't really know that, but it makes sense. I mean,
You've mo-
I'm really good at pulling the best out of people, is what I like to say.
you've motivated and inspired me.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, because I want to get to a point where if nothing else, along with this podcast, and this is our exploration of it, where these media forms you know bring this platform together in a way that benefits all of us, because at the end of the day, this shit has always been about the homies. You gave me a chance to get on stage at Ryan's for my first show, and we had friends from town there, and I fucked up because I did it too late at night and for too long, but we still had friends there, and we had a great night at the bar, and we drank some olive oil, and Mike Monty ate half an onion, and we passed around a jar of mustard, and we had fun at the bar. It was a good night, and you gave me that opportunity, and this whole thing has always been about the homies for me.
Hmm.
Like, it's either going to be fucking huge or it's nothing, and I'm like okay with that. That's just
Mm.
how I live my life. And so our guest here, DUB-321, is coming in.
Oh yeah, I checked this dude out. He's in Utah.
Oh shit!
Utah.
I always thought for some
Yeah.
reason I always thought that he was.
We're from the same town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I grew up with this mother. Like I know this dude since like
Oh, okay.
shit. Same elementary school. Fucking.
I see.
But he's older than me. He's older than me. There he is.
What's up, bro?
Oh, here we are.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna
Me
do a
and homie here,
formal.
man.
We're gonna do a formal introduction here. Okay.
All right.
On the first ever Foods podcast with your host, Foods, my co-host, Mega Savage Hartford. And
No.
then now on the show today, we are so fortunate to have, I'm going to try to get this right, producer,
Yeah.
engineer, vocalist, multi-talented instrumentalist, DUB-321 Music, coming to us from Florida. Welcome to the podcast, DUB-321 Music.
Thanks, bro.
Welcome.
Stoked to be here.
Where in Florida are you?
Specifically, I'm in Palm Bay, but it's like pretty much like the Cocoa Beach area.
Okay. So Cocoa Beach, I think there's a Ron John surf shop there that I went to once, and I got a t-shirt, and I wore it for like 15 years.
Yeah, that's Cocoa Beach. Good old Ron Johns.
And then I lived at a halfway house, sober living facility, which was basically a rundown apartment building somewhere in
Yeah.
the Boca area.
Yeah,
Okay.
the South Florida is riddled with rehabs and detoxes.
Okay.
I've been to a few
All
myself.
right. Okay. So I think
Happens.
how did you like me to refer to you?
Dub
Dub
3
321.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dub
All right then.
321 is on the show. Dub 321, tell us about yourself and your music. I was checking it out more extensively yesterday. I was listening to Out on Bond. Tell us about your
Dog, I was
music.
listening to so much fire on your shit. I don't even know the names of the shit, but you was collaborating songs into songs. That shit was heady as hell. Just to let you know.
Tell
I
us
had to add that in there. I was looking at this shit too. I was like, damn, this dude is fire.
fire. Tell us about Dub 321 music. Give us the whole spiel.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll start. I was a drug addict. I got addicted to the needle through a surgery I had, and spent like 5 years doing that, and finally, this like I was living recklessly up until like my late 20s. Ended up going catching a bunch of charges, and I did 4 years in prison, which saved my life really. While I was in prison, like my first year, I like almost gave up on my dream. Like I was like, I blew my shot. My best years are behind me. You know, you might as well just hang it up. And then my second year, I was like, fuck that. And I just had like dug deep, and I was like, I'm not giving up just because of this situation. And so like my last 3 years I was in, I did everything I could to like chase my dream while I was still behind the fence. And he had like guitars that you could check out in the rec yard and stuff. And I wrote like over 70 songs while I was in prison. And then I took the money from my work release that I saved up, which was only like $1,500. But when I got out, I just bought everything I needed to start recording music. And I'm self-taught everything I do. I'm self-taught producer, self-taught on guitar, bass, keyboard, video editing.
Wow.
Everything I do, I've taught myself. And within like a year of being out, I dropped my first song. And then a month later, my first album, which is called Braving Babylon. And yeah, from there, it's been like I've been releasing music for about 6 years now, and it's just been a steady climb. You know, I've had some ups and downs, some times where I kind of like fell back and got a little bit inactive, and my growth kind of slipped. But overall, the trajectory has been an upward one. And I actually just today broke 20,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Congratulations on that.
Congratulations.
You clean now these days?
Yeah. I should have mentioned that. Like I said, prison saved my life, so I never went back to the
Yeah.
needle after I got out. I haven't gone back to
Yeah.
hard drugs or the needle or anything like that. I had some smoked pot for a
Don't,
while,
bro.
for lots of years, and I actually just recently quit smoking pot and shit. Like right now I just have a
Listen,
straight.
don't, man, because where I'm from, I lost 13 people in 1 week. You know?
You
Yeah,
gotta be careful.
don't do it, bro. You know, if you, I don't know you, and I'm proud of you, man. You know,
Thank you, bro.
not a lot of people can do that.
Well,
You know,
I honestly
you
So
don't
only
think
met a fucking.
I, I
You're one of a handful of people that I can say, if you're being truthful right now,
but I don't
is
think if
that
I
I
hadn't
can
gone to
say
prison,
that's kept to the book.
if I hadn't gone to prison, I don't know if I would have been able to stop without prison, dude, honestly. So I can't really take all the credit. Like that shit
Hey,
saved my life.
listen,
The 4 years away from it and like letting my brain heal and shit and figuring out my priorities is like really what saved me, because I was trying to stop when I was active and I couldn't stop for the life of me.
DUB-321 music. Tell us about so when I was digging into you more yesterday, and we've worked together, you've made some beats for me, and I'd like to get some of your advice and input. But uh, you're a professional. You've had some success. You have 20,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and Mega Savage Hartford is back. Welcome back, Mega Savage Hartford.
hello.
And
Sorry about that.
Miles, DUB-321, what's your track if you had to go tell people to go listen to one song right now? I noticed one of your reels for I think Out on Bond has like hundreds of thousands of plays or something. What's your most popular song?
My most streamed song is actually it's a reggae cover of Bound for the Floor by Local H.
Love
But
that song.
yeah, it's a good song. Yeah, it's a good cover, but honestly, like the song that does the best, like when I post it on social media and like consistently goes like semi-viral, I wouldn't say viral, but 300, 400, 500,000 views, is Out on Bond. That seems to be the one that resonates with people the most for some reason. But overall, like once I get people like into my world with that song, like most people, like Ryan, say they like it all. My personal favorite probably would be I don't know, I really like Drugs and Violence. The one I just dropped with Steven Moses and Wet Brain. That's probably my favorite right now.
We
How
checking
would
it.
you describe your music?
My music, I genre bend a lot. Like I don't stick to like boundaries when it comes to music, and like I'm not like trying to fit into a niche or anything. I just do what I like, and I blend all the different influences I had over the years. So it's like a blend between like Sublime and like old school West Coast hip hop, some East Coast flavor in there. Like I'll even mix in ska and punk. I just blend it all up in my own way. Like I really feel like that is my strong suit, is being able to just do what I do without boundaries and making it seamless.
So you play outside of Florida at all?
I have. I've toured a couple times up the East Coast and back. I recently just went like the last 2 years. I kind of took a hiatus from playing live, and I was concentrating on growing my socials and just releasing mad music, which I did. This year, I
Yep.
am focusing on getting back on the stage. I've been booking shows in Florida again recently, and I'm looking to start
Yep.
touring again. I just started working with a new live backing band, so it'll be like full band shows as opposed to just like solo shows with backing tracks, which I've done those too. But yeah, I'm
Well,
looking. I wanna, I
well, I don't
wanna.
know if you know. I don't know if you know the background on me at all. I don't think you know. I've ever said much here, but I do own. I'm an entrepreneur. I've known Mike since like elementary school. As I said before, I own various businesses. One of them being a live music venue, you know, and a sports bar. You know, if you've ever think about coming up to Connecticut
Yo,
and
that
making me
that
make
that
that happen for you, man, to play the stage, we more than welcome.
I
Ever have
saw
you?
that
You
on
know.
your Facebook that you own an establishment. I was actually thinking about reaching
Yes,
out to
sir.
you about it because
Yep.
that'd be a good starting point, man. Just for me, like book a show with you at some point in the future, and then just like
And
build
then
a tour,
you know.
working the way down the East Coast back to Florida. You know?
Yeah, it'd be sick. You know, started my joint with me. That I don't give a fuck. Foods there.
Hell yeah,
You know,
Yep.
I'm down.
that'd be
Ryan
badass, bro.
Ryan is the guy to know in Manchester, Connecticut, DUB-321 Music. He's the he'll open all the doors for you that you need opened. He's of
Not the
integral part of the music scene.
Hell yeah,
And he also owns a very cool head shop. They have awesome tie dyes there for me that I love, and it's a small business minded entrepreneurial environment, and he'll get you
yeah.
plugged in and get your tour
And
started.
you know what it is? It's like it's different in Florida. So I don't know if you've ever been to Connecticut, but it's like you know it's little old school, vintage, village built towns with taverns and you know and it's a different type of show. It's a different type of you're a rock star. So but that's where I'm from. Like you take your talent, and we love to if you're ever around here, definitely play my room,
hell yeah, dude.
you
We'll
know?
work
Dub,
something out.
Yeah. I think it's cool as hell that you're on our podcast right now too. I think it's cool as hell that you beat the demon, you know? Yeah.
I
You're
appreciate that.
fucking doing it, man. You're doing it.
Dub, what
So
advice would you have for me? So Ryan's been involved in some way. Um, we've known each other. We've known what we've been up to. He would come over to my grandmother's house when we were playing music, and I was like some twisted version of Johnny from Radiohead and the Disco Biscuits. I just
uh,
had all these pedal boards and all these like synthesizers and delays and phase shifters, and we would just get whacked out of our mind. Just
oh
play
yeah.
music,
Dudes are
and
nuts.
we had to have two drummers because everybody was so cracked out, and so we figured if we had
That's not
two,
me, but
right,
shit.
not him.
All I do is smoke weed, bro.
We figured if we had
Me
two
and that shit.
drummers,
Y'all motherfuckers are crazy.
we'd be able to at least find one of them. And so
Now we
what
can't even find one of them's lost in Brooklyn. Sorry, I had to bring it up any chance I get. One of them's missing
we're
still.
trying to
So
find them.
still trying to find him.
The other one needs a new kidney. So
Oh,
anyway,
brother.
what I've made these music videos part of my platform, and the music video is my product, and I love rapping because it gives me something to do in the car, but I'm not the best at it. And Ryan has been critiquing me.
Oh, fuck.
He's
Here we
like a
go.
motivating factor. But you've seen my music, you've heard of it, Dub. Just unload on
The
me.
beats are fire.
Dub made 3 of the beats.
Well,
What
I'm
do I
saying
need to do,
like,
Dub? What do I need to do to get it over the hump?
Well, it depends on what hump you're trying to get over. Like, I mean, like it's kind of different depending on what route you're going. Because growth, if you're talking about YouTube growth, I'm not as familiar with that. If you're talking about Spotify growth, I could probably give you some tips on how to grow your Spotify.
he's trying to join the trap music community on Apple iTunes, and I'm just telling him
But like,
to chill the fuck
as
out.
far as
He's
like
not listening to me. This is
what
things we've
you
already said before he came on the show. Like, hey, this is very real. He might have his one or two lines. I told him he was old earlier, too old to get into the Trap game. Yeah, I told him you're old as fuck. Number one.
no, you're never.
But do what you like to do from the heart. But you know, up here in the Northeast and rapping and all that shit is very serious game.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Serious business.
But you don't really. I mean, just nowadays, it's like you don't even have to get involved in the game. Like you could just literally make music from your bedroom, like I do. And there's times where I go
Well,
months and months without even really
just
leaving the crib.
Just hold on, just put it out there. Your music, bro, and his rapping is two totally different fucking things. Okay.
Yeah, but he's got to stay true to his niche, man. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell him that his flow is
Hey,
whack.
listen.
His flow is whack, and
Hey,
it's
listen. Well,
outdated, and then nobody's gonna listen to it. Like he does his own thing. It's like it mixes in with his storytelling and
see,
his comedic niche. You know what I mean? So he's got his own lane that he could carve out. There's nothing wrong with that if that's how he enjoys
no,
doing
it
it.
never says nothing wrong with it, but
The advice, I mean, he's not gonna break through in the gangster rap community or anything like that, obviously, but if he the best advice
yeah.
I would give you if you wanted to grow your music brand is, especially on Spotify, is you would want to release music more consistently. Like, you want to drop a song like at least like at minimum once a month, but I'd say at least every 3 weeks. You want to be dropping a song. The reason is because Spotify, a lot of people don't know this, but it's a music streaming platform, but it's the only music streaming platform besides YouTube, which is really more of a video platform. But Spotify has an algorithm that's just like TikTok, Instagram, and it rewards you when you post consistently and you're releasing music consistently and it's decent and you're getting some people coming in and listening to it from your socials and stuff. It starts pushing your music out more to new listeners and recommending it and putting it on algorithmic playlists and discovery playlists and things like that, and putting you on playlists with other artists just like automatically, and it'll get you boost and exposure. Like, it's crazy, dude, because like my music was streamed in 160 countries on Spotify last year. That's like almost all
Wow.
of them. And sometimes I'll just get random pops of listeners in like Lithuania or like Brazil or like Germany, France, like Indonesia, Philippines. It's crazy, and that's what's so cool about Spotify is that it'll push your music out if you post consistently.
Well, that's a different angle.
So
And I didn't say I didn't like all the music, but the Beeper song was fucking fire. We were all singing that shit out here for like fucking 4 months.
Hit me on my beeper.
Hell yeah. Idgaffoods and Black Enough. Hit me on my beeper.
1995.
Don't be a pussy.
Hit me on my beeper.
Jeepers creepers, man. Hit me on my fucking beeper, man. Stop knocking on my door, mama. I'm trying to DC this motherfucking reefer.
But I think his response was fucking the best response I've ever heard in my life. So keep rapping, bro. Let's get it. Fuck it.
So you got to start
The
buying
re-
more. You got to start buying more beats from me. Is what I'm saying.
the reason why I
Yeah.
love rapping,
See how that works? Yo, listen, shit.
here's why I love rapping. I love rapping because it gives me something to do in the car, and it's like a mental bench press. I literally feel smarter since I started doing it. And it's making me faster on my feet. It's improved my vocabulary. It's provided me with a wit. It's elevated my wit. And I really respect it a lot. And the guys that now that I can hear the flow, like in what Ryan's talking about, and you're very kind, DUB-321. The flow now, I have so much fucking respect for the flow now and like what these guys are doing. And to anyone who says that it is not music, I have you're
Yeah, they're
absolutely
fucking
dead
crazy.
wrong. You're dead wrong. Some of these guys are, to me, like the most technical mechanical machine guns I've ever heard. And what they're doing is very, very difficult to do. And it is rhythmic and it is musical. That's my take on it. And it stimulates me.
And there's a method behind the madness too. The more I bust his balls, hey, the more I bust his balls, the more all of a sudden he starts spitting some fire shit. Isn't that not true? Every time I bust his balls, he goes harder. And I'll tell you what though, right?
He uses
So
it
before you
tool.
got on, he spit some shit, and I was like, I bust his balls. I'm like, oh, this. And then he spit some shit, and I was like, damn, that shit was fucking fire. Spit that again.
Spit
that again for us, bro.
I smothered your mother with the covers, put her in the cupboard, then I found your brother, put the chrome piece to his own piece, then banged his bitch, made him watch from the cuck chair. She's a buck wild wide beast, trying to be my new side piece. She likes the white shit. I like the hippie chicks with the hairy armpits. Don't call me buddy, bitch. I fucking hate it.
Shit wasn't bad.
I hate it when people call me buddy.
Oh.
I almost want to give him a link to my song. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
I mean, that was pretty impressive. When I heard that, I was like, well.
The song That song is from Cup Chair. I shot that at a motel I used to smoke crack at with a famous cinematographer here in Salt Lake City, Austin Smock. I had mannequins, plastic wrap, mustard, raw beef, and I went down to the Alta Motel Lodge on State Street. I used to smoke crack there. Cup Chair was like my redemption song. We filmed the music video there. And
That's
the
great.
song is about, and everyone here can identify with this. When you have fucked around in the streets and then people out in the world try to get slick with you, that is like the most thinly veiled, annoying thing in the world to me. And as an artist, when people try to get slick with me, like some of these music business motherfuckers that I dealt with when I was on the other side of it as a cover art designer, oh, we love your work. You're fucking awesome. You know, you'll be lucky to get paid, but the artist loves you and we're in that. And so I just said this thing like, motherfucker, I used to do like pretty big deals back in the day, and you sound like the most like hollow, fucking bullshitting, slimy motherfucker I've ever met. I got good friends in the car business. They're great guys. Some of the shittiest people I've ever met are in the fucking music business. And that's why I wrote Cup Chair. I wrote, hey man, thanks for that low ball offer. I don't want to scoff, but I think I'm going to pass. I'd rather take a shit shower in a tower full of mustard gas. Your use of the 48 laws of power is thinly veiled. I wrote the book, I'm a needle in a haystack. Now I'm going to bail. When you get home, check your mail. I wrote you a letter, and it reads, I smothered your mother with the covers, put her in the cupboard, then I found your brother, put the chrome piece to his stone piece, then banged his bitch, made him watch from the Cup Chair. She's the wild wad beast, trying to be my new side piece. She likes the white shit. I like dippy chicks with the hairy armpits. Don't call me buddy, bitch.
Don't
And
call
so
me buddy, bitch.
Don't call me
I'm
buddy.
trying to tell a story in these
My boy
songs.
just went in, right?
I'm trying to tell a story in these songs. And
You are. I felt the story there, bro.
It was probably very arrogant of me to think that people would be interested in this story. But all of these songs for me are just like a way of trying to tell the story without coming out and being like, well, you know, like I don't want to go on an interview. I've granted almost no interviews. I want to sit here and talk to the homies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I try to tell the story in a fucking song. And that's just, you know,
That's
hit me on my beeper about growing
That's all
up.
I do.
And
That's all I do. My music is just telling my story. That's all I do is tell my story. The shit I've been through, like where I want to go from there. Like that's all my shit is telling my story.
I realize I got to be somewhere in 15 fucking minutes. And yeah, it's gonna be a cold motorcycle ride. So
Yeah, I'll hit you up
pick this
about
up
that.
again.
I'll hit you up about coming up there to play, bro.
hit me up, and we'll pick this up again down the road.
All right.
wise words from DUB-321 to end on. Gentlemen, it's been a great first podcast. Wonderful day. Thank you so much. Signing off. See you, Dub.